in your room?
We are in what I call this room is called in my house the gallery.
Okay.
So this is essentially where I keep most of my work. I finish my work, I bring them here because there's not enough wall in my home to put all the paintings that I have, because I paint a lot. So this is my gallery.
Is this your natural talent? Is this something that you were studied, or you
no, that's my God-given talent, and I'm self-taught. So this is what God gave me. This is what comes out.
What medium do you work with most?
I work with all medium. I work with oils, acrylics, watercolors, and all that. I'm very varied, but I prefer acrylic because it's because of the variety, the way the way I can handle it, So I prefer acrylics. So most of the work that I'm doing right now is acrylics.
Okay. Would you like to describe any of your particular art story behind the art?
Sure, I do.
This one?
I do very often. I do series. Because I'm self-taught, I do not follow a particular style or a particular school or discipline. I wake up in the morning, this is the way I feel, and this is what comes out. Okay. As a result, you will find artwork that's a little cubic, like this one.
And what's this one called?
This is Freedom's music. Freedom's song. The song of freedom. And, there's a lot kind of attached to it. You have now, of course, and the first thing that you notice is the Statue of Liberty, and this is kind of towards the bottom of Manhattan because you have the Verrazzano Bridge there. It's a sunset. The sun is going, and you have some of the boats right there. But you have a lot of music that's going on. You have the piano there. You have the guitar. You have the drums on the side, and of course, in a shadowy self, you have a little bit of the shadows of the Twin Towers that kind of lurk as a memory, over downtown Manhattan. So this is...
Is this a reflection to the 911 or anything? Or
not necessarily, no.
Oh, okay.
No, it was done after 911, but, this is...
Doesn't connect, doesn't relate.
I don't know. It doesn't. Okay. What the connection is more with music and freedom. That was really my connection with that. A little bit like this one over here. This is a G-clay. The original was purchased already, and this is a fête champêtre. But when you look at it, you have a sense of freedom. And you have, of course, the music and the sense of freedom that's together. My husband is a guitarist, which is why I'm into the music also.
Okay, do you play any instruments?
No, unfortunately no. This one over here, again, another cubic piece. This is, of course, the Christ with crucified with Mary and St. John at the bottom, and this particular piece was used as on the cover of a book called Christianity and Human Rights. So that's the cover of the book. There's a couple of nice little things, like for example, my artwork. That's my artwork in the back there on St. Vincent, the film that's out right now. So they use that as their backdrop for their hospital scene.
Oh, okay.
Which was, those are little things that are, that are cool. So this particular piece here is right here. I think it is. That's a great picture. Yeah, it's right there.
The saxophone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's one. I don't know if this one. Yeah, this one is right here. That's another one that's in the movie. And this is, let me bring this out. This is the history of Haiti. So it starts over here with Christopher Columbus that came, that put his, decided that Haiti was going to be
His landmark.
claimed Haiti for Spain, and ended up making slaves out of the Taino people. And Kaunabo, of course, didn't want that. Was one of the many Kansik who fought for his freedom. Then at one time, in a ruse, the Spanish came over to him and said, well, yes, we're going to sign the peace treaty. And said, but in order to do that, you have to wear these special bracelets. And essentially they put the menotte on him and taken him prisoner. And he died on the way to Spain. And Acaona, his wife, from the south, from around Leogan, and Acaona continued the fight, but she too was killed. It was essentially a genocide with the inhabitants, and they all died. And in order to have the labor that was needed to do the work in our beautiful country, they enslaved people from Africa and brought them. But, the slaves from Africa, they were proud, and they were not going to stand by and just let themselves be done, and after a while they realized, I would rather die than live as a slave. So at the Wakaima was when they started this uprisal.
It was La Vie ou la Liberté.
Exactly. And which essentially started a revolution that was that had a lot of implication for the entire world, as we know, because it was the only successful slave uprisal. So continuing to Saint Louverture, his epaulet right there, continued to help make a road towards freedom. We know that his soul was not, they took him and put him in the Fort de Joux, but Dessalines continued and ended up being the first president of Haiti. He, at the Arcaye, he, from the north, along with Pétion from the south, got together and took the French flag and removed the white from the French flag, put the two together, flipped it to the side, and our flag was born. Gave it to our wonderful Catherine Flon, who put it together. And eventually, about 2 years later, the arms of the Republic were put on the middle. But you would think that here they obtained their freedom, right? They essentially flipped the whole plate upside down, because now the people that were slaves are now the masters, So, but freedom from slavery, freedom, liberty and freedom are not the same, because you have people who are longing for economic freedom and could not find that in Haiti. So they end up braving the sea and dying, many of them at sea, in search of a land that will help them to become economically stable. And the same thing also with the freedom of the press, which was for many years stifled And those two are fights that are continuing, that are constantly ongoing, especially when you look at what just happened with Charlie Hebdo. You know, it's the freedom of the press is a constant battle.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
But
do you do anything political?
No.
No? Okay.
It may sometimes be felt as politically charged, but it's not the intent.
Yeah.
So here we have a door with a sunshine.
Freedom.
That shows that the door is always open.
And it is.
It's always open, regardless of what's going on. The door is always open. And this piece is called Hope at Sunrise, because every sunrise is a chance, a new beginning, a chance for you, for me, for everybody to make something really good of our lives.
That's poetic.
You know, well, it's the truth.
true.
It's the truth. And we have that chance, you know, it's a question of choice.
It's biblical.
Do we go this way or do we go that way? And, you know, the choices are not necessarily bad. Regardless of the choice, it's not necessarily a bad choice. It's what do you do with a situation that can be bad or good, you know.
Very well.
So,
Well said.
anyway, so we move over to the lady that you love
Yeah,
so
my
well.
favorite. I should say the one that I recognize from past visits. To
This
different places, events.
when I went to the Grand Est region to start the work of From Here to Haiti, one of the things that I noticed was this huge. There were a lot of trees of breadfruit, lame véritable. The leaves are this big, shiny, the color. It is so. I was mesmerized. You know, even though, you know, I was born there, I was raised there, I did all my studies there, you know, but just going back, and it's as if I was seeing it for the first time, you know. You know, sometimes that happens to you, something that you see every single day, you know, but there sometimes it's a moment where you just step in and you look at it and it just touches you.
Yes.
And this, you know, maybe the you know, the way the light was hitting
So
it
that's
was
how
just
you
right
inspire
where-
most? It's
but
just whatever it is that comes along, you
Yes.
inspire. Okay.
So I went back, I came back here, and it kind of stayed in my mind, and I realized, you know, the future of Haiti is one, in its women, and two, in the dirt, in the agriculture, because we have all the possible, you know, nature has given us
All the
everything that we
essentials, you
need,
mean.
all the essentials. We have the dirt, we have a lot of sun, you know, and sometimes a lot of rain, and we have all the hand to till the soil. So,
Yeah, we don't have to go to Africa to look for it.
now we have, now with that, whenever you hear a song about Haiti, Haiti is always a woman. Haiti chérie, you know, petite moi, you know, ma belle femme moi, you know, things like Haiti is a woman. So, this is Haiti. She stands tall. She has the blue of Haiti's sky always behind her. She has a little bit of a halo to show her holiness. She always wear very drapey material to show her femininity. And she carries the fruit which is endemic to Haiti. So here you have the kashima. Here you have the kayimit. And there is a whole lot of others, that are not shown right here.
Is the story over yet? Is your story over yet? This particular
It's colorful.
story?
She's nurturing. She's holding this fruit as if she was holding a baby because they are so precious. They are the fruit of the earth of Haiti.
Which chapter are you? Have you arrived at?
There is no
this point?
chapter. I mean, it's ongoing.
Okay. Okay.
She's just representing Haiti.
Okay. That is nice. Oh.
Okay, you can, or you can look at the angel. This is,
Yeah, let's start with the
and
angel.
this is the end. I do a lot of religious work. And this particular one is it's called Angel Adoring. And even though you don't have facial features, you can see that this angel is really in awe at what she's looking at. She's looking down, and I am supposing that she is looking at the baby Jesus, and she's holding her heart, and you can see that she's adoring, she's happy, she's in awe.
Okay.
We have this piece, which is Noah.
Thank you.
This is Noah, and we have the colon, the dove on the side, yellow, carrying the olive branch, and he's just happy that finally on the right side there is finally sun, and that the waters are going to dry. At the bottom here we have
That was before the parting of the sea, yes?
over here.
Yes.
No, this is Noah in Exodus. Yeah, very, very beginning. Over here is, and you're talking about the parting of the sea. This is the beginning of the parting of the sea because this is when Pharaoh's
Daughter?
discovered the baby Jesus. The baby Moses. And there, right there, hiding in the corner, is Miriam, making sure that her brother is going to be taken care of.
Have any church organizations seen this? Have you,
Oh yes,
or magazine?
yes. These over here are scenes of Mary, and these are human, the human side of Mary. Where she's holding her baby. She's not, she's not the saint that she's living human moments. She's teaching the baby Jesus to walk. So, and I have an affinity with the mother, with Mary, because I'm a woman myself, and because I'm a mother, so I know, how she feels. My work is in, I have one of my works at
Modernization.
At DeMarzo's office,
De Blasio's, the mayor?
Bishop,
No,
the
oh,
bishop.
the bishop.
Bishop's
Oh, okay.
office, has one of my pieces,
Oh,
so,
okay.
you were asking about
Yeah.
religious organizations,
Yes.
so this is kind of one of them, and my parish, St. Luke, has quite a few pieces as well,
good.
yes.
Okay. So that's official right there.